What's up, Nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake Nation podcast. This is episode 4, and I am joined once again by the Triple OG, Patio Joe. You can find him on Twitter at Patio Joe Ref. Joey, my man, what's happening, bro?
Not much, man. Just got back from a weekend in Bullhead City, Arizona, Lake Mojave with the kids, surviving that. So I'm nice and tan, looking good. So, I'm ready for the week.
Nice. 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 And that man laughing, for those of you that are only listening to this show, is Stevie Brown. We are going to get down with Stevie Brown. Finally got him on the WiseTake Nation podcast. Tried to get him last week. There was Stevie's a busy man. He didn't fit into his schedule. He's a busy man. He's got big things doing, And but he's with us now. You can find him on Twitter at Stevie Brown DFS. Stevie, my man, glad to finally get you on, bro. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm happy to be on here too. It's a little bit different scene than the normal Wise stream, so I'm excited, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, man. And for those of you that don't know, if you are new to the show, Stevie, myself, Patio Joe, we are all representing the WiseTake Nation, WiseTake.com, which is a DFS community/premium content provider. So if you're interested in FanDuel, DraftKings, daily fantasy sports, want to know how to play it, want to get better at it, come check us out at WiseTake.com. But in the meantime, we have some interesting things to discuss. So, Stevie, got to give you a quick thank you. You and Cam came through for me on Saturday. I needed coverage for Saturday so that I can go to a buddy of mine's bachelor party. So, as you can probably tell by the sound of my voice, that was successful. I did go and had a good time, very good time. We went down to Philly, went to a strip club down there. I think it was Club Risque, I think was the name of the place we went to. So we had a good time.
Pretty fitting.
Yeah, it was good. It was good up until the end. At the end, I drank a little too much, and I haven't thrown up from drinking, dude, in years, a long.
So I know you said you're not even a big drinker either, right?
I'm not, dude. I'm actually allergic to alcohol. It's a whole process. I'm not literally, kind of. I think my body doesn't have the enzyme that breaks alcohol down. So I have to do this preparation thing. I got to take a Zantac and wait at least half an hour. I get what's called the Asian glow. I'm half Korean. So I get what's called the Asian glow. I'll get red as hell. I'll get itchy. I'll get hot, uncomfortable. And if I don't take the Zantac and wait 30 minutes, I'll be done after 1 or 2 beers. I too feel too uncomfortable. I got to stop. But I take this magical Zantac pill, and all of a sudden I'm good.
And you're great.
And I can drink all night. It's all gravy train. No redness. I'm comfortable. It's whatever. So I always tell people I don't like to drink because I don't drink often. But evidently I do because I go through this whole process in order to do it. So I don't get to do it as often as I'd like, but evidently I do. But anyway, long story short, I get back to the hotel room. It's 3:45 in the morning, and everybody decides they're hungry. We go to this fried chicken place. We were down in Chinatown in Philly, or this fried chicken place. Ate whatever was available, whatever was left at 3:45 in the morning, and went to bed. Got sick after 30 minutes of laying down, and I didn't have the spins or nothing, man. I really didn't. I fell asleep for 30 minutes, and then I just felt like I had heartburn. Had to go to the bathroom. Did the dirty, legitimate dirty, not the good dirty. Went to bed, repeated the process every 30 minutes for 4 times. I woke up and just completely was just, letting it all out, so to speak.
No, we've all been there. I know.
We've been there. But on the long, lonely drive home, when you're driving home and you just feel like complete shit, and you're just recollecting, and I'm trying to smoke a cigarette, my throat is killing me, and I'm just oh man, what's this? It was a great time. It was definitely worth it, but. I knew we had this show coming up tonight, and I was just kind of curious because I know, Stevie, I know you're a young man, and we talked a little bit before the show, and
I don't feel like it anymore, bro, but I guess so.
I may not feel like it, but in comparison to myself and Joey, you're a young man. We're all young men at heart.
All right, I'll take it.
You're a young man. And Joey is a little more on the seasoned experience side. Joey's got a lot of experience with a lot of different things. Bachelor parties.
Bro, I've heard.
Bachelor parties and strip clubs specifically, Joey has a ton of experience with. Really good veteran insight. And then Stevie, you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, bro. You're just coming to that age where you're gonna start going to these. You said you've already been getting invites, and there's a lot of stuff that comes up. In between. I know sometimes maybe you can't go to the thing or we'll find out. I'm curious to hear what your situations are like. So, one thing that did strike me. Every time I go to a bachelor party, I've been to a handful of them already, and every time I go, there's always at least 2 or 3 guys that like end up not being able to go. And it's happened with my wife. My wife will go to bachelorette parties, and there's been instances where like there's a couple girls who maybe weren't allowed to go. Their significant other or spouse didn't feel comfortable with them going to like that portion. Maybe they went to dinner and then had to go home, so they didn't get to participate in the full. They didn't no strip clubs basically, right?
All right, I get that.
And like I like to me, like with me and my wife, like we're it's not like we would like if the other went to a strip club every fucking day, but at the same time, like we believe in the tradition of it. So like when it happens and it's something fun, go enjoy yourself. Don't think about nothing. Just go have fun. You know, it's just to go do it. Be with your friends. Make the memories. Live it up. Do whatever. Nobody's insecure here. Go do your thing. Go do the good kind of dirty. You know what I'm saying? Not the full dirty. There's still boundaries. Don't get me wrong.
Hell fucking no, bro. Yeah, I have strict boundaries.
Yeah, strict boundaries. I got a feeling boundaries is something that Joey never did well with. Like I got this feel. Joe, am I right, bro? I got this feeling that like
get the smirk on too.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here letting you guys talk right now.
I know, because you're about to just unleash hell on the WiseTake Nation, and like
so like I've come to the conclusion that it's pretty much 95% of the people, of the significant others that are worried about their significant other going to a strip club. That person in that strip club wouldn't know what to do with a pair of titties or pussy in their front of their face if they fucking was right in between them. You shouldn't have to worry about them because they're fucking pussies. You got to worry about the fucking party guys. The guys are like, oh, bye, I'm just going to go there.
Bro, fucking call me out there. Go ahead.
Okay, look, it's the guys that fucking, it's the guys, the girls that are worried about their boyfriend. They ain't going to do shit because they got their fucking balls in their fucking hands already, all right? You fucking go there and you have a good time. You don't worry about shit. All right? That's what I'm saying. Yes. By the way, I am. You're right, Kat. I am. Yes, I am in the chat. Okay? I'm just telling you. Okay? That's it. I've never been like, oh, yeah, I know why this girl doesn't want him to go to a strip club. Yeah, this girl is smart. That never happens. All right? Never.
What are you saying never happens, though? Like, what?
I'm just saying, like, the guy that's, you know, has the girlfriend that's worried about him going to the strip club. He's not going to be the one with titties in his face the whole night. He's going to be the one sitting there like, oh, I don't know what to do. No. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I'm talking about. She shouldn't have to worry about it because they ain't going to do nothing. Look at him. He ain't going to do nothing. That's what I'm talking about.
So Stevie, like I know we talked briefly about this, and I know like you're kind of
Bro,
on
I'm
that.
sitting here like Joe's preaching right at me.
Joe is like, yes, like
Well,
Joe is talking to you specifically, I would think, right? So you had mentioned that maybe your girl, and you've been with your girlfriend for a long time now. I know you're a young man, but you've been with your girlfriend for a long time. And so it's you know, you're very comfortable. You know each other. This isn't like you're stable. This isn't like some like crazy young person. We've been together for 3 months. Let's try getting, you know, it's fucking we love each other to death kind of thing. You've been with her for a long time, and like you had mentioned that like you feel like maybe your girlfriend wouldn't be so okay with you going to a strip club, even if it was for a bachelor party. So you're on that side of the spectrum, right? Like I feel like I'm kind of in between both of you. Like there's
well, first of all, vice versa. You guys would let both your wives go to strip clubs?
Absolutely. She
hell fucking no for me, bro. My girlfriend's not seen any fucking talking balls nowhere besides my fucking bedroom,
bro?
and that's it.
Is this a strip club?
Hell
bro?
no. Hell fucking no. I don't give a shit. No, absolutely no one.
Not even for the bachelor
Nobody
party?
besides me, and that's it. No, I'm not doing that shit.
Oh. I would love to see a picture with like some dude picking up my wife like that. I would think that's
that's sick. Like, you're a fuck. Like, that's what it is. Like,
you know what I mean? I think it's the coolest thing in the world because I'd be like, dude, she's having a good fucking time. My God, she's being like
maybe I should be more like you, but dude, I can't do that. I respect you for it.
She's being like a woman, a wife. She's having fun. Like I'd be like,
oh my God.
It's like, see, that's the thing. It's like, yes, the majority of male strippers are gay too, by the way. Okay, so think about that. All right.
I don't give a shit who it is, what they are. If they love men, hate girls. I don't give a shit.
Want any dicks and you don't want your wife to see.
Hell no.
Your girlfriend to see
One thing, Stevie. I want you to take this one thing away when you're at a strip club. Remember this: what don't know won't hurt them. Okay? And never underestimate the power of denial.
You see what I said about the boundaries thing, Stevie?
I got my fucking. Where's the? I actually pulled this out so I can take some notes too. I hope we're gonna have a nice show. Where's a pen?
I'm telling you.
Go ahead, Joe. Keep going.
I'm telling you. Never underestimate the power of denial.
My girlfriend's power of denial. Always say no. Okay.
No. Just saying.
Didn't Shaggy already teach you that?
And look, you just say you had a good time. Like, look, they don't want to know specifics. All right, you don't want to tell them specifics. Just we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Just we had a good time. Like, you don't want to give them reason. Like, okay, if the strip club closes at 2, don't come home at 5. Be home at 2:30. You know what I'm saying? Like, or 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be smart enough to know that, like, okay, this is what you have to work with, and work with that. What goes on inside?
Joe got every trick to the trade here. Seasoned vet.
Well, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Like, I have no problems with my wife going to the strip club if it's for for a bachelorette party, whatever the case is. Like, and to Joe's point, it doesn't mean you have to share like every little detail. It doesn't mean I want to hear, oh, how many dicks were in your face today, honey?
Well, first of all, I don't want to know shit. If my wife's going to a strip club, I don't fucking tell me anything. So I'm gonna anger you going. If you're more angry, tell me what happened there.
Why though, bro? Why so uptight? It's like a traditional kind of thing. It's not like, listen, if you found out she was going to the strip club every other day or every other week and spending hard-earned money on these other dudes just to see their wangs and balls, then okay, there's a problem there, right?
Then it's more of a problem than it's like a night fun thing.
But like,
then there's an actual underlying problem.
Party, like if it's our best friends or something like that, she grew up with them, and like somebody's getting married, and you want to go out and just kind of ball out, or what about like if you one day decide to marry her, like you wouldn't want her to go out and have like fun, like a big hoorah, and just
it's about go have fun, right? Go see a nice movie, ice skating, whatever the hell you like. We ain't going to a fucking strip club, that's for sure.
I'm
ice skating, whatever you like.
Male strip clubs and women's strip clubs, and like. Girls and males, they're totally two different experiences. Like a male strip club is like, have you seen, like I've seen Magic Mike. It's like a show, okay? A strip club, you go to Deja Vu, you don't have the girls doing a show. I don't want them to do a fucking dance. Take off your goddamn fucking clothes. Show me your tits and pussy. No. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see you.
Well, I heard your story before, Rich.
You can't dance anyway.
I did, Stevie. That is something. I know you haven't really, you haven't gotten to that scene. The strip club scene too much, and like we're starting to get the full picture maybe. Like, so let me ask you a question though. So you obviously don't want her going, so is that why? Do you kind of like, does she really not want you going, or do you kind of just take yourself out of that mix because you're like, I gotta be respectful, I'm not letting her, so I can't do it? Or are you like, no, I can do it, you just can't?
No, it's different. I mean, first of all, like, she wouldn't want me going, like, that's fine. Like, I respect you not wanting me to go, but like, if all my boys are going, if it's like a bachelor party, something like that, my thing is like, I'm not a big strip club guy. Like, maybe it sounds bad and everything, but like, I only go paying to for bachelor party. Pardon me. If I want anything, I got the fucking hub for that. I don't need to go pay for titties and see that. Like me, like I'm paying. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna limit my words a little bit here, but like I don't need to pay to just see something. Like I'd rather just like not pay for it. Well, but if I would go for like a bachelor party, a birthday, like a big event like that. Like that would be a problem. Though. Hell no, absolutely fucking not.
Okay,
there's a 0% chance.
Steve, what exactly do you think is gonna happen? Like, do you think she's just gonna be overcome with lust that she's gonna be like, you know what?
I'm just gonna suck that thing.
She's gonna come home and be like, Steve, I just can't do it anymore. After 11 years, after being for 11 years, I'm gonna throw it all away and be like, you know what? I want to be with Julio here. That is from Puerto Rico that had oil on his body all night for one night.
And it's 12 inches
deep. She's a good ass girl. Like I don't have to worry about shit like that. Like she's an angel, but like I just don't like.
The point.
I can't. Thinking some guy like being on my girlfriend, my wife, whatever, like that, like fucking full ass, butt naked.
I don't think male strip clubs are all like that. Like
I don't give a shit if she likes it, if he likes it. What? Like, just don't fucking go. Don't do it. Like I don't like that.
Each feel like to me, I feel like having it open like that. It's like it opens to like, okay, like so then one night, let's say you're caught in a situation, and it's like, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you might have to make a decision. You don't want to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, so if you're caught in a situation, then what?
Oh,
you say I was at the strip club, or?
okay, you don't put yourself in a bad situation. That's my biggest belief in life. Don't put yourself in situations where you have to make a choice. Okay, that's a big. Write that one down, Steve. Don't put yourself in situations where you have
No,
to.
for sure.
Okay, because the choice is always wrong. Okay, because you're not thinking with your right head at that point. Okay, but look at strip clubs. It's like if you're right, I don't go to strip clubs anymore because I've been married or whatever. I will go. It's only a special occasion if I go,
Right.
or if I'm in Vegas. It's even now when we go to Vegas, it's like so overplayed. It's like you said, CK. It's like $50-$60 to get into a strip club now. That's like so like
50-60 bucks to
overblown.
get in, and never want to hear about spending fucking $1,000 just to have a night
then
there. Like,
Vegas,
just to see some titties and have a girl with ass, and you're like, bro, if I'm saying I have a girlfriend, why am I gonna pay a G just to fucking see some tits? Like, I have the internet, and I have my girlfriend for that.
Joe, you continue, and Stevie, like, I'll get more into like the experience of a bachelor party. Like, why is again, you know what I mean?
Okay, maybe that's fair because like I am ignorant with it. I flat out like I don't know. I haven't been like, so that's fair.
Right.
To me, I feel like strip clubs are starting to price themselves out of the market. It costs like $50 just to get into place. In Vegas, if you want to go to like the best strip club, which is like Sapphire, and you want to sit down, to just sit down, you need to buy a bottle, okay, which is like $150-$200.
Yeah.
So it's like right there, like they gouge you. If you want a lap dance, like a private lap dance, it's $500 for a half an hour with a 15 drink minimum at $10 a drink. And this
All
was
right, so
like
that's
20 years
I'm not
ago.
good at math, but that's what $150 plus
Yes,
the 500 plus the 60. Bro, this is exactly why I don't go. You're telling me maybe I'm bad at math again. $710 just to go to get a lap dance at a bar.
It's not like that at all.
Bro, bachelor party. Let me go rent out a table at a club in the city. We'll drink, have fun with all my boys, and then there's girls coming to our table. We could drink with them, have some fucking fun, and then maybe they're getting laid after when they don't have to just look at some titties.
But like, would you let your
I have gone home.
would you let your girl do that? Like, would you let her go to a regular club for a bachelorette party?
Yeah, because I know she wouldn't do anything. That's
So,
but, and then she'd
hold
have
up.
some fucking
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
gay. Like she'd have someone put their balls in her face.
Deep waters. See,
Yo,
to me,
the club is way more
stripper-
dangerous, bro. The club is way more because like
Yes.
that's real people. That's real life. The strip club,
that's
they're
this
there
is
to hustle you.
business.
No matter who you are, no matter how good looking you are, they're there to hustle you. They're trying to make money off you, and the minute you won't give them money, they're walking away. You know.
It's a business transaction at a strip club. They are objects. You need to realize that.
My
It's a
God.
business transaction. At a strip club, it is so just like business-wise. If it was at a regular club and she was flirting at a regular club, ding ding, it's on, motherfucker, because it's like, wait a minute. Okay, you should not be
She
flirting.
knows
at
better though.
This
Like
is
they're
not-
like
no.
if you're at a strip club, bro, like you don't have a choice. You're getting a girl going to a strip club. You're getting fucking balls and gay ass on your face. You're going to a club, like at least you could like contain yourself and like you have like the power of doing what you want. At least
Nah,
you don't have the choice to see cock balls.
here's the difference,
You
though.
choose to see that, then I'm gonna
See,
fucking.
if we're talking about some real shit, what would be worse to you? Your woman cheating on you by fucking some dude, or your woman like falling in love with somebody else? What would be worse? What would be worse?
Well, obviously. Well, wait. You said woman fucking some dude or
Just
falling
like
in
if she
love.
fucked some dude, it was a one-time thing, and that was it. It was stupid, just sex, right? And like, would that be? And these are both terrible situations. I wish nothing.
Yeah,
of
listen.
this, none of
Either
this.
way,
on
I'm gonna react the same.
But
I'm
but
gonna
what do you
probably
think
kill
is? But
somebody.
what do you think is worse though? If she fell in love with someone else, or if she just like fucked up once and just had sex with a person? Is it the emotional thing that
Oh
would
my
hurt you
God,
more,
it's
or the
getting-
physical thing that would hurt
I
you
swear,
more?
you guys are poison. I'm gonna see her next time and she'll be so fucking pissed off. Next
For no
time,
reason, you're gonna be
I'm
mad as hell at her.
like, mad at her.
You're like, you hoe.
Yeah.
For no reason, she didn't even do nothing.
I don't. I mean, if I have to answer one, it's obviously going to be the just getting with somebody once where there was no feelings, but dude, like I would go insane. Man.
Right. So
I
like,
would
if you
absolutely
break down,
nuts.
of course, Stevie, and like, of course, I wish none of this on your relationship. I'm sure it's healthy, it's stable, and you're gonna do whatever you got to do to keep it that way, and that's wonderful. But hypothetically, if you look at the situation, at least when you go to a strip club, those women or men are there to do a job. So they have a goal in mind. They got to do this again tomorrow, and the next day. They do this all the time. This is what they do.
Joe,
right?
I love that.
And Joe, yeah, right. So like this is what they do. So like even if like your girlfriend hypothetically like was drunk as hell and was like, oh man, this guy's dong is huge. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not, most of the time, unless there's a lot of money involved, they won't take it there. They're looking for money. But like, oh, you want to bang? Oh, I don't have any money. They're going to move on to the next person and ask them if they want to bang. If it's even like that. Not saying they're all like that. I'm just saying hypothetically, right? A club, if a man is approaching your woman, he's looking for something. Like the stripper's looking for money. This dude at the club is looking for something else. So to me, that's like, and granted, on my bachelor party, on my brother-in-law's bachelor party that I planned for him when I was the best man, we went to a strip club and then we went to a regular club. We got bottle service. So like we experienced it. And like, you know, my wife, trust me, I trust her. We don't even care. We've been together forever. Similar to you, Stevie. I've been with her we've been married for 3 years, but I've been with her for like, 11 years already. So it's not like, you know what I mean? So to us, we trust each other. That's what it comes down to. And like people always say, oh, I trust you. I just don't trust the woman, or I just don't trust the man. And like that happens. Sometimes people get a little crazy sometimes, but like, in the head, like a little insecure at times, I guess. But I'm just saying, like, to me, the club is a little more scary to me. And I would still let my wife go. She's a grown ass woman. So, like, she got to make her own decisions. That's just, it is what it is. I don't control her. She's a grown-ass woman. Like, I picked her for a reason. You know what I mean? There's a reason she picked me. There's a reason I picked her.
That makes sense.
So, we should trust each other with situations. So, I would feel more, but at the same time, everybody's got that little bit in the back of their mind, and I would feel way more comfortable with a strip club because I know those strippers. I actually trust the strippers more because they have a goal. They're looking to get something. And if my wife is willing to give them, like if she goes to the ATM and takes out thousands, which Stevie, that happens at strip clubs, bro. You will see dudes go to the ATM and just constantly, and even like with the same sex, like, some of the lesbians that I saw at the club,
that's weird.
They were aggressive, bro, taking out all kinds of money. Like, but like I'll explain to you the experience. But before I even get into that, I wanted to know but you see what I'm saying though? Like to me, the threat of the club is actually scarier, and it's got way more downside than the strip club thing. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah. What you're saying definitely makes sense. It does.
Now, as far as like Joe, you go. I want to hear your thoughts first, and then we'll do the,
No, you ask the question because it kind of blends into what I was going to say. The experience at the club.
Oh man, we get to the story.
Like you said, okay, first of all, I could tell a story about the time I was at a strip club in Vegas. I was on, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hits of Molly, okay, and I was drinking fucking left and right, blah, 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 left and right.
House head Joe.
I like how you do the Bukkake thing as you're talking about drinking.
No, it was really Bukkake.
You could have said done it a lot better than that, but
totally like that. And then I went in the back room to have these lap dances with these two strippers, and like every 10 or 15 minutes, they go, hey, give me your thumb. I'm like, okay, cool, boom. By the end of the night, I go and get my bill. It was $2,400. I was like, and I didn't even get anything by the end of the night. I was pissed off. Okay? So I stayed away from Vegas for 8 or 10 years. You know what I mean? At that point. But my thing is look, you brought it up. They're there to make money. And so my thing is I treat them like objects because they look at us like a mark.
I love it, Joe.
Okay? They look at us like a mark. They don't look at us as anything but money. Right. So why should I look at you as anything but an object and as a piece of meat that I look at for my fantasy purposes? That's exactly what you are. You are a fucking toy to me. That's all a stripper is. It's 100%. That's all it is. And if you look at them, that's what you look at. And guys that are single, if you start treating women at regular bars like strippers, you will get laid. Trust me in that one. I promise you that.
All right.
That's the one piece of advice I could have done when I was older. Start talking to regular girls outside like they're strippers because they like guys that talk to them like shit. They like the guys that treat them like objects. That's what I've learned over the years. So you know what, guys? If you're single,
Joe, I got my notepad out. You saw that. Now I got to tell all my single friends if I want them to go talk to my girls in the clubs and we go out in the bars, everything like shippers. What should I be telling them to say to them? What should my boys be going? Like my single boys be going to say to girls now?
Okay, it's at a strip club, you are the hunted. At a regular club, the girls are usually the hunted. You're the mark. And you have the power at a strip club. So you need to kind of take that into a bar that you have the power to talk to them. That's
So
my
tell
point.
him I tell him go put the money to the girl at the bar. You get a drink. You say, "Bitch, here's $200." I give him a lap dance at any bar.
No,
Is that how it works now?
That's not it. You see, there is.
So how do they talk to the girls at bars like they're strippers?
Well,
I'm just saying, like, when a girl comes up to me at a strip club, my confidence level is because I know that they want to talk to me. At a regular bar, if I walk up to a girl, you got basically one line to get them. And if they don't invite you in, you're fucked. You're not going to get laid.
That's definitely true.
So that's my point. It's like they come up to you. It's like, okay, you have all the cards. If you want to be like bye, you can be bye. Like women are to you at bars. So it's like you have to flip it. That's my thing. Flip it. And it's like that's my biggest advice when it comes to dating. If you're still dating now, you need to treat women like they're not the ones holding all the cards, at least.
This man just had a daughter. Very, very curious to see. Very, very curious to see if this man's opinion changes as his daughter gets a little older. I want to see.
I hope she doesn't.
I want to see.
I pray to God she doesn't have your thought process.
I can't wait to see this changes. So, Stevie, let me explain to you like the typical experience of the strip club. First of all, Joe is completely right. The men's strip club and women's strip clubs are very, very different. Like most of the time, there's obviously a little bit of everything, but most of the time, the ones my wives have gone to, like Atlantic City, all these places, it's like Joey said, it's like a show more than anything else. Yeah, they'll come down and they'll dance a little bit, but it's almost like a concert. It's like a stage, and like they'll bring the Bachelorette up on the stage and they'll do like things with her and dance with her. Men is different. Men,
I gotta get off the hub, bro. I see all these fucking dancing bear shits, and now that got to my head a little bit.
Dancing bears. Are you worried about like massive bear cots being dangled? Is that what it is?
Yeah, bro. Like that's what I think when I think of a strip club.
So the men a men's strip club, like for men, it's like very, very different. It's a lot more grimy. It's exactly what you see on TV. So you walk in, there's usually a bar. There'll be some poles, and they're dancing on the poles. And then usually there'll be places for you to sit if you don't want to sit at the bar. And when you sit at these places, there'll be women who they walk around, and they'll have a waitress, of course, but like she's just the waitress. There'll be women who like walk around in like bikini clothes, and they'll offer you a body shot. Maybe they'll put like a vial of some shot and stick it in like their boobs. When they have like a bra on or something, they'll let you drink it out. Or some of them will put it on their bodies, you drink it out, whatever. You grab it with your mouth. And then like there's some women who come around, they ask you for lap dances. And like they do different things. Might be a lap dance for $20 for one song. Might be like $250 for like a 30-minute in the back room, or like Joe said, $500 some places. But like that's the gist of it. And when they'll come, they may even sit on your lap, and then you'll just be like, no. And they'll kind of walk off. And like when you go for like a bachelor party, the goal is usually, yeah, of course, like everybody's going to partake and participate because you're all there. But the goal is usually to make sure the bachelor is the one having all of it. So guys will buy him several lap dances. They'll buy him this, buy him that. It's like a send off. It's like, dude, you're no longer like this kind of man. You're now like married. Like you're no longer independent. You now have like a partner that is attached to you. So before that, we are going to get it the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you are. So, like, that's, like, the typical experience. Like, I know, like, you look at it, and, like, I feel you. As far as going to strip clubs on their own, even when I first turned 18, I was never into that. Not for my own enjoyment. I wasn't one of those guys that could go into a strip club and really be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get down on this. Like, I always felt like I don't got to pay to see no titties. If I want to see titties, like, I should be able to go out and earn those titties. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't. So, like, I've always been, like, I understand it. But when it comes to, like, tradition, when it comes to like an experience, memories like that, and like I'll fully flip the switch and like let's just go, let's have fun, let's just go have a good time. Where I'm a little like conflicted is like with Joe. Joe brought up a really good point. He's been saying the whole time, treat them like objects. The strippers are objects. But like with me, I always feel, and like maybe it's because some of the jobs I've had in the past, but like I've always feel like I want to let them down. And not they're all, everyone's different. Some of them are thick-skinned, some of them are insecure, whatever. But like I try to let them down nicely. They'll come up, they'll sit on my lap or something, and they'll say something, oh, hey, hey, whatever. How about a dance? And like I try to say, oh, you know what, not right now.
You know it's all business. Like, you know
like,
what the game
yeah,
you're
but
playing.
I still try to keep things nice. I don't want to like, she's doing her job at the end of the day. When I worked for a Chase Bank and I was making phone calls to people, like if they even, I knew I was annoying them. But if they screamed at me on the phone, I'd be like, man, what a dick. And it would like fuck up my day, man. You know, like some of the employees, the guys who are like really like into their job, that wouldn't bother them. They were just hanging on the phone, move on to the next person. I don't give a fuck. I'm just calling this person. And some strippers are like that. You can say like Joe says. You can be like, no, get the fuck out of here, bro. You're not even cute. And like, she'll be okay. And she'll just go to the next guy. But you might say that to a stripper and she'll just be crushed because she's just like, she's trying to make this work. She was told she can make money doing this, and she's just maybe not really the material to be doing this kind of thing. Because like, you got to have some thick skin to be a stripper. So I try to give everybody a bit of a doubt and just be nice about it. I'll just be like, nah, you know, I need more drinks, or like I haven't got enough drinks yet. You know, sorry, I'm just not into it. Or something nice.
No, he's a good guy.
I try to be the nice guy, you know, because like I am a nice guy.
That's who you should want to be. Like I feel like if you're at like a place like that, you want to be like that guy.
I would to
you guys,
specifically.
Guys,
I am a nice guy,
guys.
And then you have Joe.
And then there's Joe.
Guys, trust me. When the girls come up to me and they like, honestly, if they come, hey, do you want to dance? And I don't want. I literally just say, you know what? I just got here. I kind of want to just feel things out. Why don't you come hit me up a little later? That's literally, I say that all the time. I will not say get the fuck out of here. I've never said that.
Okay, good. Okay.
I've never said that. But like I say, in my head, I will come up and talk to them. Like, for instance, there was just one time I was at a club and there was a girl that I wanted to get a lap dance with, and she was sitting down at a table full of all these other guys. I paid the waitress $20 to get her out of that to come over to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, dude, just go get her over here. I don't want to wait for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like, that's how I do it. It's like, I treat you like that's what I want. I'm going to come up and talk to you. You're going to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like, you're not going to shut me down. That's for damn sure.
Right.
You know, like you probably would at a regular bar.
Right. No, that I under, like so for you, it's more about the mentality. It's not necessarily your true approach. It's more about like the mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, no. If they come up and say, hey, do you want to dance? And they might even sit down and talk to me for like 10 minutes. And I know within 2 seconds, you're not the one I want. I'm still going to talk to you. But yet when they say, do you want to dance? You know what? I'm pretty good. I'm chilling right now.
So that's different.
Maybe a little later I'll come and get you.
Joe, this is really sounding like a lot of the story I heard before, though.
I'm a Gemini, okay? You got to understand, I'm a Gemini, Stevie, okay? We got conflicting personalities always fighting each other. We got
the angel and you got the devil.
Body. You see? Like, they're always fighting each other. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, I treat him like shit, but I let him down nice. That's the joke. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, That's how it is.
Now, you guys have been to a lot of strip clubs. I haven't really been to one yet. But are there a lot of, like, those creepy ass dudes in the corner, like
all up in it,
there,
bro. You see them hands like, and the women know who they are, and they know who the guys that they can get.
And they all know them,
and they're cool with them. Bro, well, at this strip club,
that's weird. That's when I draw the line and say that's fucking weird.
But listen, like that's not like that's the kind of person that person is, and that's what they enjoy. And it's like we spend our money on like DFS, so you spend your money on like maybe you have a fishing habit or something, right? Like everybody has hobbies. For these people, that's their hobby. Go in there and like they like the attention they're getting. Maybe they don't get that kind of attention, but to them, it's like they're not looking for a companionship like at home. They just for like 6 hours a day or whatever it is that they want to go to the strip club, and the social security check comes in. They want to go and make sure they have somebody to talk to, somebody that they will say nice things that make them feel good. You know what I'm saying? So like it could be a situation like that, man. And then some of them are just truly perverted, and like they're just that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but like for people like myself and Joey and all of us, it's not like we go there every day. Like we're married, we're not like going there every day and blowing.
No, that's
checks,
what I'm saying. Like you guys.
But it's not like you don't have to socialize with those people either. You know what I mean? You just kind of, bro. There was like an 80-year-old man just pimping it. He was just had his own table. The women were like not coming around. My dudes were being lazy. Some of them on their phones, lazy as shit. But then he had like 4 girls at his table every time because he's, it was like it was like the 16th or 17th. So social security check must have came in. And they knew he was pockets loaded, man. They knew he was rolling in their pockets loaded.
Yeah, they know it too. Like they know who's the money, and that's like you said, it's a business. They're going after the money.
Right. Okay. You also think about it. It's not that much different than a regular that comes into a bar and talks to the bartender. That's a hot bartender.
Right. You're right. Absolutely right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's not that much different.
I mean, I guess that's true too. That makes sense, but. At a bar, at least, like, say you had a long day at work, you want to go to a bar, you get a drink, relax a little bit, then go home. Like, if you're going to a strip club, like, you're going there to just see, like, pay a lot more money at a bar. If especially if you said if it's a $60 like cover charge or whatever, just to see like titties, like bro, like.
But it's not.
I guess
It's
you
not
have the
just
money,
to
like,
see titties, though. It's like, you know what I'm saying. Well, for a regular strip club, yes, kind of. But like, if you're going there for like a bachelor party or something like that, it's really like
That's
it's about the
different,
experience. It's about the memories of going there with your boys.
No,
and,
yeah, I
you
know that's not what I'm saying. Like bachelor party, if you're going there for a fun time, you're like munch
Right.
you off the weekend. I know a lot of people go there away.
Right.
Like if you're going there for some kind of whatever it is, an event, that's fine. If you want to go for any kind of regular crazy night with the boys, go ahead. But like if you're like a regular who goes like 4 or 5 times a week and just sits there in the corner doing your thing while you're watching the girls, like that's when I'd say like chill out. Like you got. That's a little weird. I think.
No, I understand. Joey, real quick. Steve Samsel in the YouTube chat. He said, Patio Joe, I'd wife swap with you for a weekend.
You might like the freedom, but you wouldn't want my children for a weekend. You got 3 under 5, and 2 of them are just they will run you into the ground. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if it would be a weekend without kids, yeah, maybe my wife smokes, she parties, you know. I mean, I married a girl that thought I was cool. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's what I wanted. I said I wanted
Joe,
to find a girl.
I like envy you. Like I feel like I should be more like you because I'm the fucking polar opposite, bro. Like I don't know.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm 42. I'm telling you, you're not going to be thinking the same way with your girl when you're 42. You're going to be like, dude, let her go. Fuck. It means I get to be alone for an afternoon. Great. Go. Go with your girlfriends. Go see all the dick you want. I'm just going to be chilling here. I need to chill. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Oh God.
Go see all
my blood is fucking boiling just sitting here right now. Stevie, I swear to God bless her next time I see her.
Stevie is literally about to just give her like a verbal thrashing because like he's just going to like when he sees her, he's just gonna picture like a bear's dick and like flapping it around, and he's gonna be like,
like there,
like, you whore. He's gonna like,
yeah, pretty much, bro. Like I'm not fucking around now.
Hey, you know what we should do? Hey, you know. Honestly, you should just YouTube the Magic Mike scene where he goes, Channing Tatum does his thing, and that would be like, okay, I get it now. Like, you know, like you'd understand, like,
yeah,
you know, like, and trust me, your wife wouldn't be the one where like he grabs and like picks up. Like, there's like 1,000 women.
No, she's not like that at all. Like I know,
exactly.
I know she's good. I'm lucky.
That's my point. Like the women that do that are like usually the bachelorettes. The ones that are getting married, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the one that gets up on stage. The Bachelor, right, CK? That gets up on stage usually.
Yeah.
And they rub up. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, they'll go out there and...
Or at your birthday party, you know?
Yeah. Same damn difference. But anyway, that was fun. On to sports. We will start off.
Yeah, we don't to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Go do your thing. We're gonna start off with some NFL. So the Patriots apparently have released Dontrell Inman. I'm not sure if it was all. I think it was, from what I understand, it was mostly Patriots camp because Josh Gordon has been reinstated by the NFL. So obviously that's a pretty big upgrade to go from Inman to Josh Gordon. Joey, talk to me about Josh Gordon. This guy, he's a phenomenal player, no question. Phenomenal, hands down. Like talent wise, awesome. But unfortunately, he just can't stay on the field, and it's not an injury thing. Well, he's dealt with injuries, but more importantly, he keeps getting fucking suspended, man. He can't stay off drugs, man. It's just, and like, what is it? Pot? Like, listen, it is what it is. Everybody, like, plenty of people do this shit in the NFL and get away with it. But if you can't even stop during a season, if you can't even stop during a portion, if it's millions of dollars on the line and you still like just can't stop smoking pot, like you obviously have a more severe problem. Talk to me on your thoughts on Josh Gordon, bro.
Well, first of all, I'm really hoping that Stevie's like, is he gonna go like tell his girl like right now, like, look, babe, you really can't watch the show tonight. I don't want. You can't watch it because Joe. I do not agree with what Joe says. First of all, Stevie needs to get this put in his face, and he would probably change his mind to everybody. Look at the screen, CK, right there. That's what Stevie needs to get at a strip club right there. He needs to get that and put in his face, and that would make him feel better.
But I feel like he'd be the type, like, instead of like appreciating that, he would immediately look at that, and then he would picture a dude with a dick and get mad at his girlfriend and be like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the mentality, though. But it seems like.
Anyways, yeah, you know, Josh Gordon, that guy, he's had a million chances and he's still getting more. Like, I don't know, like he did okay with the Patriots last year, but he didn't blow off, you know, the doors with anything. And I just feel like he's one more little thing away from really getting in trouble. But for some reason, the Patriots still want him, and they cut Inman, but they immediately put him on the injured list. So I don't know what that means, really.
Yeah, they put him on
the
what is it, non-football injury list, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that they want to, I'm sure he's gonna. My understanding of his reinstatement was that it was conditional. So I'm sure that there's some type of program or some sort of rehabilitation that he's gonna have to do, drug test, whatever it may be. There's gonna be something he's gonna have to do first. But they still decided to make the move. Now for the Patriots? It's really nothing. Like Dontrell Inman to Josh Gordon, it's really nothing. So it's a no-brainer. You have a chance to have Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Fuck Inman. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But the question is not from the Patriots' perspective, just from like you, and then Stevie, you too. Do you believe Josh Gordon can stay clean? Like whether it's weed, whatever it is he's doing, it might be numerous things he's doing, but like whatever the case may be. Do you think he can be clean with this track record of he just constantly can't?
Absolutely.
I don't think he can be clean. I don't think he'd be clean, and they're going to just be going back to Josh Naylor or Doug Fister or Doug Inman or whatever you want to call him. You know what I mean? Like the most sexual name in sports right there. Dontrell Inman. That's right. Anyways, yeah.
I missed a couple minutes, but what's weird to me is I think I heard he requested the release. What I'm imagining from that is because I think during preseason, during training camp and everything, he was still getting playing time with the third, fourth stringers and everything, and he wanted like an opportunity elsewhere once he heard Gordon was reinstated. But it's just weird. If he got requested the release, I don't know why. Like, it's just weird to me. I don't know. The whole situation is weird to me.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So neither of you think Gordon's going to stay clean. You guys expect him at some point to end up.
Absolutely fucking no.
Yeah.
He wasn't even clean last time. Like, he missed practice last time, wasn't it? Like, wasn't that what happened to the Patriots? Like, he came late, and then they just basically he had to go to rehab again or something.
He failed
like that, right?
He failed the drug test. So he failed the drug test. Yeah. That's how he ended up on the Patriots. He failed the drug test, and the Browns, the Browns gave him every opportunity under the sun, dude. They tried so hard with that guy, and he failed. And then he failed the drug test. They knew he was going to show up hot. They knew he was going to get suspended. So they cut him, or they traded him. Whatever, I forget exactly. I think they cut him, and then the Patriots picked him up. Patriots took a shot. He failed a drug test. So he got another shot after having another shot, after having another shot, having another shot, having another shot. And now the Patriots are giving him, the NFL is giving him yet another shot. Like, how does this man, that's the other thing. How is this guy getting so many chances? I understand it's not performance-enhancing drugs that he's getting flagged for, right? So there's a deeper issue there. It's not just I'm trying to be the best athlete in the world. I'm trying to make all the money in the world, so I'm taking all these things. This is a deeper issue. Right, like he's got personal problems that he's trying to mask, or he's got personal feelings he's trying to mask. There's something going on there that's personal with him, and yet he's getting a tons of. Do you think it's the NFL? Just like, this guy is so talented that we think he has a chance to make us a crap ton of money. Like, what is it? Why is he even getting so many chances? And if you guys, if your guys' first thoughts are there's no way he's staying clean, probably it's because he's failed how many drug tests already? Because he hasn't been clean for how many years?
It's time after time, and for me, especially if it is all just pot, it's not. Again, I'm not a big weed smoker or anything, but from what I know, it's not addictive like that. If you have the willpower and you can say to yourself, all right, this is my job, my future. I want to grind in the NFL and be something, which he has proven time after time. He does have the talent to become any kind of elite player. He could just stop. He has no self-control. He has no willingness to want to be that elite level and actually to care about the NFL. So,
well, let me chime in there. Being a weed smoker for over 20 years now, and smoking it every single day for probably 15, 16, 17 years of that, probably smoking at one point maybe an eighth a day, maybe more. Okay, I can tell you that you do produce a physical need or a physical dependency to the drug, to which you do stop. Wait, let me finish. When you do go through withdrawals. Now, at one point in my life, I got in some trouble, and I had to stay clean. I couldn't smoke weed. and I didn't.
Probation.
I didn't cheat once. I didn't anything. Okay, I had to go to drug diversion. I had to go everything because I got arrested for possession of ecstasy. So like I had to do all this other shit. Yeah, so I don't care.
That's a little different, but okay.
No.
Okay, but
I was thinking weed. So when you said the drug thing, I was like, that's a lot for weed. Then you said ecstasy. I was like, oh, okay, that's why you had to do all that. Okay.
So I had to go to drug diversion.
Right.
So when I went to drug diversion, you couldn't smoke weed. So I was like, ooh, wow, how am I going to do that? But it really did not affect me. I could not do it, and I did not do it. Now, I do know this, though. I know a lot about addiction. And addiction, it affects people different in any way, in different ways. And so you don't necessarily know if he could kick that. I personally stopped. But the day I was done with drug diversion, like 20 seconds, the first place I drove to was a dispensary, and I was high within 10 minutes after me going out to that place, because I only stopped because of that, because I wasn't, because I needed to. So it's not like you can't. So there is some credence to the fact that he should be able to be clean, but he's probably tested more than anybody else, and he's just got to stop it.
His issues are obviously deeper. I agree with Joe. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I agree on that point.
I'm somebody who, like Joe, I've smoked for a long time, like consistently. I smoke a lot. I smoke every day. That's what I do. But there have been several periods in my life where I've had to quit. Or I was on probation once. I had to stop smoking for a year. I was getting drug tested. Not even a year. It was kind of a joke. But anyway, that did happen to me at one point, and it wasn't a problem for me. I was bored a little bit more. Like, I was definitely bored. Like, just kind of like, oh, this sucks. Can't smoke weed. There were times where, like, even for my high school baseball team, when I played high school baseball, my senior year of high school, my coach, somebody ratted on me and told them that I was smoking weed, and because, I don't know, they were just a dick. And so I was getting drug tested by my high school to make sure I couldn't play on the team if I came up hot. And I stopped. I did it. I wasn't even getting paid. But I stopped. It was no problem. You know what I mean? And again, I got arrested years later. There's been several periods in my life where, for whatever reason, I've either had to stop or I just decided to stop because there were other shit going on in my life, and it was really serious, and I just this isn't gonna help me right now. I'm not thinking about this. I need to get this shit done. So I stopped. On and off, right? So I can tell you that, if he can't for millions and millions of dollars, there is something severely wrong there. Like, there is a deeper issue, regardless of the drug. Regardless of the addiction, there's something deeper there that we don't know.
That's my thought. My thought, again, I can't speak personally because I don't really smoke weed. I don't enjoy it or anything like that. But from my perspective, especially if it's not a actual chemical brain kind of addiction like that, it's because it does something so physically for you, where if you have anxiety, it helps your anxiety, and you don't want to when you smoke, you feel better, and you don't want to have to relieve yourself of that. You smoke every day to relieve anxiety and stuff like that. Then that's one thing. But I think if anyone really, again, I can't speak on that. I fully am being ignorant of this because I don't smoke or don't understand addiction. But I think if he wants to and understands the importance of quitting for his career in the NFL, which he really should have already, then he would be able to. But like you're saying, I think it's something more underlying, as in it's not just he just loves to smoke. It's like us who loves to smoke all the time. It's just a chilling thing. I think he's doing it more for maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's depression, something like that. People do it to meds, something like that.
I actually agree with you. I think that there's more to it. I think the issue is deeper rooted. It's obviously not this guy just every other day he says, fuck it, I'd rather smoke a joint than make $1 million, or he's dumb enough to I'm never gonna get caught. I'm not gonna get caught again. Or I agree with you. I think maybe this is doing something for him that he's not telling people, or people don't understand, but it's doing something for him that he apparently needs. You know what I mean? Or he feels like he needs.
Yeah, I
do agree. I really. Paulie D's in the chat. Paulie D, you think that's an addiction? You ever suck dick for a DFS buy-in?
And then
I don't know if Paulie saying he did that or what's going on there, but I'd rather not ask
him. Of course, he sucked dick for a DFS buy-in. Okay, so I'm. It's true. I am the one guy at the party with the box of any drug you need. You just come to me and I got it.
Oh, that's good. But that's good. But anyway, moving on to something else, a little on the other side. Speaking of people with personal issues, Antonio Brown has apparently left Training
What a
camp.
guy. What a
guy. Has apparently left training camp once again because of this helmet issue. So the NFL said his helmet was like it couldn't be inspected because it was over 10 years old. So they told him, if you can find a helmet that is just made, it's just newer, like within the 10-year range, it's the same helmet but it's just newer, we can put it through the test, and if it passed the test, you can use it. So he found the helmet, sent it in. Apparently it did not pass the test, so they're now telling him he cannot use it. And he left training camp. The Raiders know about this. The Raiders were public about it. Their GM came out and said a couple things on it. Joey, I'm gonna start with you, bro. Thoughts on this Antonio Brown deal? And like, the GM wasn't so cool this time.
You know, the thing about it is I feel like the GM was absolutely amazing about it, because he gave the best answer to basically say, shut the fuck up and either get into camp, stop your fucking bitching, or quit. He said it the nicest way possible. He said, look, we support you, AB. We appreciate the fact that you're passionate about it. We've exhausted all avenues, but now it's time you're either all in or all out. He's basically laying it out for you. We understand, we've supported you, but the league is basically saying, this is our ruling. So they're saying, shut up and either come into camp or quit. That simple.
Fair enough. Stevie, thoughts?
No, I kind of agree too. Like I said, like, you're grinding through training camp, you're going through preseason and everything. Like, you gotta know like how the team's gonna move on. Especially like, we're 3 weeks away from the season now. Like, you have to prepare for the season. If he's really skipping out on training camp and everything, like, as stupid as the reason it was with the helmet and everything, like, he missed time because of the fucking cryo, no shoe, or bad shoe incident, which was disgusting if you saw the pictures on Instagram. Now he's missing time because he's being just an absolute bitch for the whole helmet thing and everything, which I think they said it affected like only 32 players in the NFL, but like, it was Tom Brady and a couple other big names too, and they're dealing with it just fine. Like, and I know he tried to like send his helmet into the regulation, like people who make the regulations, and try to get it approved, like his new helmet. But they said it was literally the exact same thing he was wearing the last like 10 years or whatever. I think at that point, get over it. Like, if everyone's like appeasing to the rules, like, you have to be one too, especially when the team's depending on you. Like, it's another thing like that. Like, if you love the game of football and you want to play and like you're devoted to your team and the sport you're in, like, just like conform to the rules, conform to what you need to do, and like just grow the fuck up and play. That's really it.
Yeah, no, I go ahead, Joey.
I mean, my thing is that, I mean, looking at it from fantasy wise, like, I'm not on full fade AB. I probably won't pick him in most of my drafts. However, I just feel like if AB reports, the one thing that he has in his favor is game script. The Raiders are always going to be behind. So they're always going to be getting tons of garbage time production. So that's where he's going to get his numbers.
So I was saying before to you guys too, like, I've been doing a lot of best balls, and I think now he's I guess ADP is around like 24, and he's wide receivers like 8 or 9. I think the only guys I said behind him that were mentionable were like Thielen, T.Y. Hilton, like Keenan Allen. Then he got like smaller guys behind him like Diggs, Amari Cooper, like some of those guys. Like, if he's around there, like, do you believe he should be drafted behind all those guys ahead of him in the best ball leagues where you have to really think about the season long?
I think that he is like wide receiver probably 10 or 11 for me right now. There's not very many. I maybe probably closer to 8. I don't know. I there's a lot of guys you could name off guys, and then I'll tell you where I would stop and I would put him. I would probably right around where Mike Evans is where I would probably take Antonio Brown, like right around that range, because everybody else behind him is not. There's question marks on everybody else behind him, so I'd rather take the highest upside in AB. But guys like Odell, Michael Thomas, Julio, Hopkins, those are the Adams. Those are the receivers that you want. Tyreek Hill. Those are the top receivers right now, and then AB is below them. He has to prove it. He's not a top tier receiver right now.
Yeah, I
agree with you.
I think. Like, and so I'm curious to see how this whole thing like affects his draft stock in general, his ownership in DFS, his ADP and fantasy leagues, everything. Because at the end of the day, like Joe said, when you look at this Raiders offense, they pretty much bet everything on him, right? Gruden is betting on Antonio Brown. Like, there's not a ton of help. They don't have Jared Cook anymore. There's just like I think Jordy Nelson retired or something like that. I don't even know. But not that he was great anyway. But like Carr is going to be relying heavily on Antonio Brown. This is all about Antonio Brown. So if you take the head case out of it, he's in one of the best situations. He's like Joe said, his team is going to be trailing a lot, most likely, and they're just going to throw a ton. We know Gruden is a big quarterback guy, and he went out and got himself like a toy for his quarterback in Antonio Brown. So I think that the targets will definitely be there. They're going to try to build a game plan. It's just a matter of, can like Antonio Brown keep his shit together? If he loses his shit and just walks off the field in fucking week 3 and you drafted him, like you're just fucking angry. But like that's the other part of the equation is how motivated Antonio Brown going to be if his team is not competitive come week 8, week 9? What if they start the season and they're like fucking 3-5, 3-6? Is Antonio Brown going to just quit and say, hey, we ain't winning anyway? I'm not trying to get hurt with this bullshit. I don't have my helmet. So even if you take out the crazy nonsense, I think like Antonio Brown makes a lot of sense. But when you when you keen into like, okay, well, he is a kind of a nutcase. Like, how much of that are you willing to let affect your opinion of him? I mean, it is a big deal, right? Like last year, if you drafted Le'Veon Bell with the number 1 or 2 or 3 overall pick, you got fucked hard, raw dog style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's for sure.
So
the whole like holdout situation, I understand that for the most part. Like, especially with these rookie deals and like running backs getting devalued now, or like we see so much talent between them, like Zeke, Melvin Gordon this year too, like Le'Veon Bell last year. Like there's some of those like talented, like not just athletes but like NFL players we've seen in terms of the position. But it's not like it's not a holdout for him. He just got paid. Like he got a nice deal. He's just being a baby about the helmet. Like I think that's when if you want to protest the holdout, do I agree with it? No, but I can kind of understand because like a few years from now, I think it's gonna be like you're seeing higher paid quarterbacks compared to like these running back deals. So that's one thing. But when you're sitting out because of a helmet, you're losing time because of a fucking foot problem after cryo, like that's too extreme. Like the foot I get because that's like the actual injury, but for you to miss time because of your helmet is one big extreme. I think it's like realize you're what you're doing is your job too. Not only are you getting paid for it, like you're making what you got $50 million for your 4 years now, 3 years, whatever it is. Like that's your job. You're getting paid for it, and if you're doing the sport, you should love it. Like most people, and anyone who has a heart like would die to be in his position with that much talent and everything. Like just step up, play.
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, AB's schedule in the beginning of the year, though, is pretty nice. And then it gets tough at the end. So, they're going to be behind in a lot of these games at the beginning of the season. So you got to think he's going to be really, really productive if he plays. I'm just not taking that risk, especially at his price in fantasy at second round. I'm just not taking it.
Yeah. Well, you also had in the back of your mind, if Antonio Brown kind of fell in your lap and like a later with like a later pick. You also, like, Joe, you had mentioned at the beginning of the season, if he does, assuming he does play, which I think he will, like you said, he got his money. He's going to play. So assuming he does play, you got to figure, like, you're going to get his best effort, even if they suck this year. You're going to get his best effort for, like, the first, like, 6-7 weeks. So say he balls out the first couple games, even though the Raiders are losing, he balls out the first, like, few games. You would not have the potential draft stock. You might be able to find somebody in your league who's, like, super high in AB, and you may decide to back down a little bit, like, nah, because as soon as the Raiders' record goes to shit, they're going to back off AB, or AB is not going to want to play anymore, and kind of, like, you could probably get something pretty solid for him at that point. So there's always that's something to consider as well, I think. Let me ask you guys this. Zeke, what are your predictions? I want to know what your predictions are.
He's playing.
Think he's playing? You don't think he's going to sit out for the money?
He has years in his contract. Like, it's not like Bell was expiring. Like, it's not like he's going to miss so much time. Right. Like, it's another year after this.
No, I'm saying with Bell, it was just 1 year. So, like, yeah.
Like, it's not like Zeke to miss. I think he has to miss all of this year and next year if he really wants to hold out. Like, I think, like, especially compared to some of these fucking nuts like Antonio Brown, like, I think he loves the game and wants to play a lot more. So I can't imagine him, like, maybe he's trying to make a statement now, and like he's making it bad because his backup looks fucking good right now. But I can imagine. I'm imagining he's gonna play.
Joey,
Yeah. Yeah. Say that. What was the question again? Sorry, CK. Say that one more time. Oh, Zeke.
Yeah.
I don't know. Zeke, I think I'm holding fast that he just doesn't want to come to training camp. So I think he's going to report in a week or two,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Yeah. Seems to be the consensus. It is a little bit of a different situation, but I will say this: Le'Veon Bell has been getting into every running back's ear. He was caught during the preseason Jets-Giant game. He was talking to Saquon. He wrote something on Twitter publicly about it. I talked about this before, but anyway, yeah, that was I agree. I think he plays also. It's a different situation. We're gonna talk about one more thing in football, then we'll do a basketball thing, and then we'll get out of here. But I wanted to ask Stevie, you first, because you're a Giant fan. So Daniel Jones has looked pretty good so far in the preseason, right? I think. Have you been impressed? I've been impressed, solid. Right? When he got drafted, every Giant fan booed the shit out of that pick. It was like, what the fuck? We should have got Haskins. Who the hell is this guy? There's supposedly a connection between the coach and the Mannings and whatever. The dude looks good. Now you got Eli going out there, and the one thing about the Giants is they try to do things the right way as far as they try to compromise with people, right? They could have just got rid of Eli completely and just threw him on his ass. Eli obviously wants to play still.
Fuck.
He obviously wants to play.
He wants to play, and I think we're in a situation where obviously rookie deal, he's not you saw even Baker have to get molded into the league and everything, and I think where we're at now, okay, it's fine for him to not be the week one starter, but you kind of want to mold him into that position. Eli's been fucking done, man. Daniel Jones been looking great in the preseason and went to game 2. Game 1 looked great. We've seen Eli just been killing us. My only caveat with Daniel Jones is how much he looks like Eli. If they didn't look anything alike, I'd probably love Daniel Jones a lot more. When they're looking like fucking twins, how can I like the guy who looks like the guy I hate right now too? If we're going for a win now situation, okay, we're definitely not a win now team. You can still give Eli the reps, try to see how it goes. I don't like the whole philosophy of tanking too. Same thing with the Knicks this year too. I want to try to be a team that's going to push early and try to win games. Let him get his reps. Let us try to win a little bit, and if things go real south, play Daniel Jones. We're losing, but I definitely want to see Daniel Jones be able to step up into that QB starting position, and it's not even him stepping up. I want to see them give him the opportunity too, where we know Eli's shortcoming, he's done soon. Why not look for a future where we have young Barkley who's a stud. We draft this guy we all hated, and he's been showing up and trying to make us eat our words. So I rather much see him get the shot compared to Eli playing.
I actually think, and Joe, I'm curious to hear your take on it too, but I actually think maybe the Giants are doing the right thing. Because like you said, Stevie, they're not win ready now. You got Saquon, that's phenomenal. You have nothing else. And you don't even have OBJ anymore. You're not ready to win right now anyway, right? So it's why not let Eli go out there and just kick the tires, see what he can muster up, and let Daniel Jones learn. And the reason I say this is because I'm a Jet fan, right? So I've watched my Jets draft quarterbacks and just throw them to the wolves right away. They did it with Mark Sanchez. They did it with Geno Smith. I just watched them several times. Just take their rookie and just throw them to the wolves. Let me see what you got. And it's just not usually ended well. Darnold, I do think, is a different talent. I'm not even going to get into that. But with Mark Sanchez, they went to the AFC Championship first 2 years. So some big wins there. But he had pieces around him. He had a team around him. They had a really good defense. They had a really good running game. So he was just a game manager. And we saw that once those pieces left and the Jets were left really depending on him, we saw how bad it crushed him. Crushed his confidence, everything. I truly believe that ruined his confidence and it just destroyed him. And the same thing with Geno Smith. We put him out there. We didn't have a real team for him to play with. Regardless of how good or bad he actually may have been, and I don't think he was going to be any good anyway. But regardless, we didn't set him up. We basically ruined his confidence. So I think if you guys throw Daniel Jones out there too early, I don't care if you guys tell him we don't care if we win. We just want you to develop. A player wants to win. Even a rookie, they want to win. So if the Giants did play him this year, I think what happens is he ends up getting his confidence shattered because he's going to try his best to make this work. It ain't going to work. It's because he doesn't have enough pieces around him aside from Saquon. I do think Saquon's a huge help, but there's just not enough there. And when he's not successful, I think that in the long run, that can actually hurt his confidence. Whereas if they let Eli go out there and just get his ass kicked, and then Daniel Jones gets to come in and blowouts and just spark the crowd and oh shit, get him excited. I think it builds his confidence. And then next year he's got a full thing on his belt, and you go after it. You go the free agency. You know what I mean?
I think you said it perfect too. Where not only is it just like if you start in week 1, it's kind of like we suck so bad. Like you're getting in a position, you're trying to, like you're getting the opportunity not because you're a stud, but because we need someone to try to bring us to life. But I think too, like not letting him start week 1, they kind of sets an example too, more so that like you need to earn the spot. Like even if we know right now, like look for the future. Daniel Jones is young; he looks promising so far. Like I don't want to speak too soon because like who knows the hype behind him. I think like let him realize like you're not gonna just come into the league right away as like a too hyped up rookie and get the week 1 start. Like you still have to earn the spot, and like when you get the spot, like cherish it. Like let you understand like what it is to be able to earn that start as a QB and get into the league and get some experience and play. But
I mean, I don't even think it's like at that level. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious when the Giants use their top pick on a quarterback. I think it's pretty obvious. Like the writing's on the wall. Like Eli, we're keeping you.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the best of both worlds. We're gonna let you play this out, but we're not giving you another contract, dude. So have whatever fun you can have. This is it. This Daniel Jones kid knows he's the future. He knows the Giants invested a lot in him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's more about like why put him in that situation and to potentially ruin his confidence and play with a bad NFL team. Why not wait until you have a chance to put him out there with a more with better weapons? You got Saquon, go get you a better receiver. Maybe OBJ, which I'm still kind of surprised they traded him. Maybe that wasn't the right fit for him. But whatever the case may be, I do think that the Giants are handling it the right way by going with Eli. Even though I'm sure all the Giant fans would love to see Daniel Jones. Just to kind of see what they have in the kid. Joe, what are your thoughts on this, man?
Well, I just say you hold on to Eli for as long as you can, because once you go to Jones, you can't go back to Eli. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Like,
yeah.
Give him the start. You can't go back to Eli.
No, yeah, let's see.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, no one's gonna fucking complain about going back to Eli. Like, no one wants Eli. It's not like we.
No. I'm just saying, like, let's just say you throw him out there week 1, and he just gets absolutely destroyed, and he just
that's different.
Like Eli, then be like, what? No, like no. We're gonna just grin and bear it now. Like you just like have Eli start, because like their first few games, like they're kind of winnable. You know what I'm saying? Like they could go into Dallas in week 1, especially if Zeke's not there. Then they have the Bills at home, which is a winnable game. They could win at Tampa Bay. And they could beat the Redskins at home.
Bucks.
The Vikings they'll lose to. So it's like their first like for sure loss is week 5. They could start pretty good if they had Eli in there, but Jones, I don't think that'll happen. And if his confidence gets shot, and then you go back to Eli, and then it's just a mess. Then you wasted your pick. So it's like start with Eli. If the Giants are like 2-2 coming out of those first 4 games. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I
like that? 2 out of those first 4 games at Dallas, home against the Buffalo, at Tampa, home against the Redskins. 2-2, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I think so. For like the level of expectation.
Like the first 4 games.
Yeah.
I mean, they play it for the rivalry. I think it's in Dallas, which sucks. We're against the Cowboys. But
But Eli's
people, Cowboys,
Bills,
Bucks, and Redskins. Like that's all beatable teams.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. That's one thing about the Giants. Their division is kind of weak, dude. Like even the Cowboys. Like I'm sorry, but the Cowboys don't strike me as a powerhouse. Even with Zeke, like everybody's talking about Dak and Zeke, and I'm like, bro, they would like. And in my opinion, Zeke is like by far way more valuable than Dak. I don't think Dak would be shit without Zeke. I'm just being honest. Like I really don't think he would be all that great without Zeke. In my personal opinion, maybe Cowboys fans don't like that. A lot of Cowboys fans like Dak.
No, I agree.
A lot of Cowboys fans love Dak, and so. I know they'll probably be upset when I say that, but like in my opinion, just looking at the skill set that Dak has, he needs Zeke to take some attention off him. You know what I'm saying? Like him running is a big deal, him being able to run, and also him having like Zeke, behind him is just massive for him.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get out of here, Stevie, I'm gonna start with you on this one. So we know DeMarcus Cousins, who did sign with the Lakers, tore his ACL, is probably going to miss
God, here we go.
Like another injury, just crazy.
From one bum to another.
There we go. And so apparently the Memphis Grizzlies have given the Lakers they've given them permission to talk to Dwight Howard. So we could see a reunion between Dwight Howard and the Los Angeles Lakers. Stevie, is Dwight Howard going to be able to go in there and fill the somewhat of a role. He's not the same kind of player as Boogie, but fill some kind of role.
Absolutely fucking not. So I tweeted when Boogie got hurt that like smash like the Vegas win total on the Lakers over because like I hate Boogie. I think he's maybe a great individual player, but like he's not a true winner. And you go Dwight Howard, he's the biggest bum there is. Like he's washed up, plays absolutely zero effort now. Like maybe it's a good move for him for the community they got in there in California, if you know what I'm saying. But like it makes absolutely no difference. I'd rather them try to see them play like fucking Isaac Bongo over Dwight Howard. I don't. It doesn't fit the offense at all either. Too when he's that slow and you're gonna be playing with like versatile bigs, like even if you're having like LeBron play point and like AD play like, power forward center or whatever, and like even if you bring like JaVale McGee back or whoever they said they're trying to pull back now for like a more mobile, like fast paced center, like he just slows the offense down so much. And like I think he's the worst fit for the team. I think he's the worst fit for any team, but I hate Dwight Howard. I hate Boogie. I think he's a terrible fit for the team.
Well, the last time I think Dwight Howard was in Washington, that did not go well at all. He pretty much missed the whole season. There was like he had back issues, like his ass actually had ass issues.
He sucked for half the season, then he had problems because of his boyfriend for the second half of the season.
Right. So the story with Dwight was actually pretty crazy. Like he probably like whether he's gay or not, like regardless of that, not that it should matter if he is or isn't. He went through a pretty hellacious fucking year. I mean, he was dealing with injuries, happened to be around his back and ass area. And then, like, there's a rumor that, like, he was caught with some kind of male prostitute. Then there was the whole joke. Everybody joked about it, including us, that he was taking it up the butt, and that's why his ass is hurting, and all these different things. It's just a joke. Even if he does, who cares? It's just joking. But then there was somebody else who came out and basically said that, like, I was his boyfriend, and, like, he actually is gay, and it's a relationship thing, and Dwight Howard came out and denied it, and then, like, he's saying that, like, he basically came out and said that ruined him. Like, this was a very, very traumatic, like, terrible year for Dwight. Not just on the NBA court, but off the court. He was just devastated that all these people would, like, you know, just, I guess, take other people's word for it and make rumors about him and all these different things. That's the last time.
For me, it was just sketchy. Like, it was a tranny that came out and said, like, he's a tranny obsession and that, like, he was the whole DL thing during the whole season or whatever, but, like, I thought it was just weird he ghosted it, and like maybe I'm thinking more as like a fan perspective, where it's like not that we're owed some kind of statement, but like when that kind of big turmoil comes to you and that kind of like major event where it gets being blown up everywhere comes out, like, and you are hurt, so like you're not an active player, so maybe it's different, like, and better off if you're not really speaking on it, but like when something, especially if you're saying it's that traumatic for you, comes out, I think it's better off to kind of address it in some way and say like just something about it. I think the whole thing where he ghosted it the whole entire time, didn't say a word about it, was kind of sketchy, but I don't know. That's all relevant, but like the fit, even if he comes back in like decent form in Brooklyn, I know for the Lakers, like I don't think he's going to be any kind of positive form. Just with I think their offense going to run just the way I saw him in the first half of the season for Washington. Even if he did like have like lingering like glute problems, whatever it is, like I just don't think he's like mobile enough for the way I think that offense is going to run. And I just think he's washed up now. Like he was good for him. Like he was great at the time. Like he had his days and everything, but he's not the same player for sure.
Joe, let me ask you this. So you heard the backstory on Dwight Howard. I know you're not a huge NBA guy, but you heard the backstory on Dwight Howard. Like, what do you think is like if he was having problems dealing with that playing for the Washington Wizards? If he goes back to the Lakers, one of the largest markets out there, at a time where basketball in LA is about to be fucking huge, like between the Lakers and the Clippers, who just got really fucking good with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, like basketball is about to fucking be epic over there in LA. And like, do you think a guy like Dwight Howard, like the timing of all this, like you just coming off a year where you were just completely, in his opinion, in his words, he was basically crushed by the media and everything. He just felt horrible. And you're considering going to LA? Like, does that not sound like a maybe the place you don't want to go? Maybe Memphis would have been a better place. I don't think he wanted to stay. I don't think Memphis wanted him anyway. But maybe he should have stayed in Memphis. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
So you're saying just because I live in LA, I know where all the training strip clubs are?
Joe's the plug for him.
Look,
you know what I'm saying.
I don't know where the training strip clubs are. CK, I'm sorry. Dwight Howard's loves training. I don't know where the strip clubs in LA are, the training strip clubs.
You know what the fuck I'm saying, Joe.
It's not the best place to go to LA You know what I'm saying? Where the Devil's Cauldron, you can get basically anything you want at fingertips. So yeah, it's not the greatest place to be, but LA, it's fun too. You have a good
Oh,
time.
you have a good time, but in terms of like media pressures and dealing with those kinds of things, it just seems like if you were struggling with what you were getting over there, it just seems like
you're not going to move into the
you ain't gonna get no better.
now. It's like Katie come to the Knicks. Like you can't handle I guess you're coming to still to New York City, where you're like a New York team at least. From, like going from the Knicks to the Nets with Katie, then like you can avoid a little bit of media pressure. But like especially with Dwight Howard now, like you're saying, like after something that traumatic comes out and you're saying it would affect you in this way, blah blah blah. You're going to not only one of the biggest like market share value teams in the NBA, but like now they're so hyped up and they got AD now. Big rivalry with the Clippers, where they got Paul George, Kawhi, and a few other decent pieces. Like, listen, if you're trying to deal with whatever just happened, if it's that bad for you, and you're already having a decline in your career since like 2016, like I can't imagine it being great for you to go to LA now.
Right, LA, New York, any of those places. I completely agree. I completely agree. Like
my thing is like I'm saying too, he's like that washed up, but like he's not even like crazy old. Like how old? He's like what 33, 34 now. Like you're still seeing players like have great seasons then. Like
33.
I think if you wanted to really make a resurgence in the NBA, like come back, like you said, pull a 1-year deal in like Memphis and like any of those, like even if you go to like OKC now, where they're nobody and like it's a smaller city, like have a career have a year somewhere you can kind of resurge yourself, like get past whatever just happened in the off season or the second half of the last season and try to make your name for a career again, where you hope like you're maybe a 25 minute guy off the bench and like still a double machine before you try to move on to a bigger market. I can't imagine.
You should go to like Chicago or something. Right, like play with the Bulls, a team that's awful.
Thunder, like any like
there's no
random
pressure.
Ass fucking city like that.
Like there's no pressure. Like Chicago's a big city, but their team is like so terrible that like there's no expectation there. Nobody gives a shit about basketball right now over there. And like they've embraced some pretty weird people, right? Like Joakim Noah seems like a cool dude, but he's kind of strange. They embrace the shit out of him.
Robin Lopez,
Rolo, like they've embraced some weirdos. So fuck it, man. Like he should go to Chicago, and fucking do dirties there, man. Like whatever like way he wants to do the dirty. But I agree. I just thought it was strange. Like we don't even know if he's going there, but if he does end up in LA, I don't know. I don't think it's a good fit for the Lakers, and I don't think it's a good fit for him, like where he's at in his career. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's not going to be like a centerpiece of the Lakers.
No.
He didn't really have a roster now for centers at least.
Like that's when it comes to the media, that's what they're looking for is a story. It's like how you were saying that you look at the strippers as objects. They look at the players as stories. Like, how can I make something off this guy? How can I get views off this guy? How can I get clicks off this guy? And Dwight Howard's kind of an easy target for a place like LA, where it's
exactly that. It's not like whether he's going to play and be relevant in the Lakers. Like it doesn't matter how good he's for the basketball organization of the Lakers, but like the media comes to you when you're in a big city like that. Like though the media is still like he could be a fucking irrelevant like bench player, like not even like third string behind like fucking JaVale McGee, whoever it is going to be, but. Like they'll still attack you in the media and be like, whatever headlines about last season. Like that's what they do in LA, big cities, big
city of dreams. All right, guys, that's gonna do it, man. This was a lot of fun, bro. It was nice having a 3-man every now and again. Joey, appreciate you. Joey's 4th straight episode, just trooping it out for the nation. And Stevie, this was a lot of fun, bro. Obviously, we'll have you back many more times as well.
It's a lot of fun.
Trying to get a bunch of you guys on. This was a blast. Hopefully, we didn't get Stevie in trouble. Stevie, don't let your girlfriend watch this. Just don't.
Hell no.
Joe's probably going to show this show to his wife. It's like that's how opposite of the spectrums we're on. Stevie's going to do everything he can to avoid his girlfriend from seeing it. Joe's probably going to brag about it and make his wife listen to it. So, but I do appreciate y'all hopping on. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good
man. I love being here.
Awesome. So, Nation. You know the drill. If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up, like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out our DFS content. If you are interested in playing FanDuel or DraftKings, daily fantasy sports at all, come check us out at WiseTake.com. We are a DFS community and premium content provider. You will find Patio Joe, Stevie Brown, and more. Paulie D, myself, everybody kind of grinding it down. We show you how to play the game. So if you're new to it, don't be afraid to reach out. Come see what it is. Come see how we help you. And come check us out. So. For Stevie Brown, for Patio Joe.
I have one last thing to say. Stevie. One last thing to say. When you're at a strip club or at home, Just do and ask for forgiveness later. Take us away, CK.
For Stevie Brown,
Joe, you're gonna get me in trouble,
for
man.
Patio Joe, and myself, the entire WiseTake Nation, as always, good luck.
Peace.
Yeah.